Lost in My 40s, Season 3, Episode 14. It's the one we've been waiting for, Expose. And Dave is here with us, also the one we've been waiting for. Welcome back. How's everybody doing?
Excellent.
Razzle dazzle, baby. Razzle
There
dazzle.
you
Yeah.
go.
Razzle dazzle. Thank you for having me, folks. As
Yeah.
always.
So when we recorded this episode, it was several weeks ago. Dave, you were with us, and the future of Lost the Plot was uncertain at the time. And there have been some, there have been some developments. First bad, then good. Do you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, so we weren't really sure. You'll hear me talk about it, I guess, in the episode.
Yeah, a little
bit. It's a time travel situation here. We're speaking from the future in terms of the episode. But we lost the plot. My co-host Ado is having a kid, and we're in like vastly different time zones now than where we were when we first started the podcast. So it was kind of like we're probably not going to be able to keep doing this. So but we wanted to we liked the sort of banter that we had and stuff like that. We basically took a poll and asked people what they would like, and the winning result was that we just do a monthly shite talk, what we're referring to it as. So now we're no longer really a Lost podcast. We're just going to ride the coattails of the Lost hype train. Where we're just going to talk, about whatever comes to our mind once a month. Basically, an excuse for us to catch up and have a phone call and let everybody into that. Now, you may be asking yourself, why would you listen to the two of us? What have we got to say about anything that's unique? And the answer is there's no reason at all. It's totally a vanity project.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, so we have listened to each other's podcasts, of course. But I haven't listened to every episode that you guys did because it got really confusing when I'm trying to do ours, and I'm always in different episodes because I'm editing one,
same problem,
writing a timeline for the other. But I always listened to you guys just talk to each other at the beginning, so I'm super excited. I'll listen to that.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. And it's I think it's mostly, I say vanity project, but a lot of our family and friends have been requesting that as well, which is very nice of them. So our first episode is out this week. If you have two choices if you never listened to Lost the Plot before. You can listen to our first 30 episodes, which are all about the first 30 or so episodes of Lost, and then decide if you like our banter enough to keep listening, or if you don't care about the Lost stuff. You can jump into the episode we released this week. It's our first Shite Talk episode. See what you think, and then probably go, this isn't for me.
And we will talk about this again. Dave is already scheduled to come back for season 4. I'm not going to talk about what episodes yet or anything, because when I did that with Ado, then he couldn't do it. So we're going to keep that a secret. But you're technically still on a Lost podcast. So there you go.
Yeah, this is where I'll get my fix.
There you go. So, and we also hope Ado will come back. Probably season 5, maybe 4. He is having that baby. I didn't know we were talking about that publicly yet. So yay, Ado's
you made me panic for a second. So I'm like, oh shit, are we? But yeah, we talked about it on our podcast, so I'm pretty sure. He'll allow your audience to be privy to that info as well.
Right. Okay, yeah. So that's all very exciting, and we're happy that you're here today. So, who's ready for a joke? Okay. So, in honor of the spectacularly stupid way that Nikki and Paolo die, I have a joke about a spider. Ready?
Yeah.
You're gonna hate it. Okay. A spider crawled into my keyboard last night, but it's okay. He's under control.
Oh God.
Oof.
Wow.
Have you got an alt punchline for that?
Seriously.
Yeah. Just delete that joke.
Yeah, can we undo that?
That's why I keep you guys around. All right.
Nice. That's like a 3-way heighten of that joke. Proud of us. Well done.
There we go, guys. Tomorrow, it's a big one. It's season 3, episode 14. It's called Expose. It is a Christy episode and a Nikki and Paolo episode. And this week, it's razzle dazzle time. We welcome both Dave and Con Shonery, and then we sweep the perimeter before shoving diamonds up our ass and getting an $8 million yeast infection. It's a big episode, guys. All right.
You make it sound so appetizing.
Yes.
So going into tomorrow's episode, our power rankings have not changed at all. But listen, I promise that they will. The end of season 3 is very dramatic. Okay. But today it's still Sawyer, Juliet, and the mayor of Islandtown, Hurley, in the top 3 spots, although Desmond and Benjamin Linus are tied and only 1 point behind Hurley. So Droms is coming, I promise. On the bottom, of course, it's Deadpants Danny, Poopstick Paolo, but wait, Charles Widmore has been knocked out of the bottom 3 by Mr. Anthony Cooper. Fucking
Hard to keep him down, right?
Hard to keep it. He always shows up to ruin the day.
Yeah, he does.
Yep.
He's going for whatever the opposite of gold is.
Yeah. All right. So, Derek, you have a question for us this week.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Last week we talked about the great dialogue between Locke and Ben. So what I want to know is, what other character dialogue from any movie or TV show do you love?
I'm gonna pick on Ben first because I either know his answer or we probably have the same answer. So let's see, which one is it?
I'd have to say for a total series, I'd have to say Ian McShane as Al Swearingen in Deadwood.
Yeah,
like
that was my guess.
whether it be dialogue, monologue, or I think it's one of my favorite shows ever made. It is my favorite show ever made, and the writing, especially for his character, is like just top shelf.
Yeah, agreed.
I
He's
still
pretty
haven't
great.
seen it. It's been
Oh,
on
You've
my
never
list for
seen
a long-
Deadwood?
Yeah, it's been on my
phenomenal.
list
Me
for so
neither.
long. Maybe I'll queue it up next.
It's
Is
so
it
great.
finished?
Yeah. It
It
was only
is.
3 seasons, and it finished back in like 2005 or
Yeah,
something.
Oh,
Like
it
that.
got cancelled, but then didn't they wrap it up with a movie like a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
They did. Ben basically has the show memorized. He could recite it from start to finish without even having it on. So yeah, it's a pretty great show, and the dialogue is intense.
That's a lot, because and especially as the show goes on, it's sort of like a really filthy version of like Shakespeare. A lot of the language.
Shakespeare's pretty filthy.
I know, but what I mean is like
I
gutter,
fucketh thee yesterday.
I mean like gutturally filthy. Like they
Okay,
come up
yeah.
with new depths of calling, like,
Yeah.
there's some words in there, some phrases you're like, whoa, they actually said that.
That's
But
what I've heard.
but the language is it's also beautiful. Like some of the things that they say and just the way that they express things are like, it's very poetic and also very ugly at the same time, which is what I just love it. I think it's
Yeah.
just brilliant. I think
Definitely.
Dave Milch is an amazing writer.
This has been a great soft launch for Deadwood in my 50s. 2030.
That's Deadwood in my 50s. That's basically every day, right?
Oh,
Yep.
Nice. Swish.
All right, I'm gonna pick on Dave next, but before you answer Derek's question, I just thought of another question. Since you said you're putting Deadwood on the list, tomorrow we all tell you that you have to watch the movie Heathers, and you put it on your list. Have you watched it
I
yet?
still haven't. That's a long list. My apologies.
All right, what
Good memory,
dialogue?
though.
What dialogue did you bring today?
Oh man, there's a lot. I want to give an honorable mention to just anything written by the Coen brothers.
Yeah,
'cause just
absolutely.
absolute masterful dialogue in those movies.
Oh, Brother is one of my choices
yeah.
for this.
The Big Lebowski. I mean, I know that's like a pedestrian pick, but I just love how
What?
the
That's like-
characters.
No,
Well, I just no. I mean, I feel like everybody, if they know one Coen Brothers movie, it is that movie. But the dialogue in that movie is just like
Yeah.
the repetition, the use of repetition in it. Like
Yeah.
he has that's the George H.W. Bush speech at the start. We will not.
I am the
this aggression
walrus.
will not stand, and then
Yeah.
he says that later in the movie. It's genius. But that's not my
I'm
pick.
the walrus.
I
I'm the walrus. Yeah, I agree. Like even in the like when they're in the just in the, not the first scene, but when they're in the bowling alley and they're talking about
Yeah.
what just happened. And the scene just keeps going. They just keep rolling
Mhm.
it. They don't cut. And it's just the interactions between like John
Yeah,
Goodman and they're
it's incredible.
so fucking funny.
Pitch perfect performances in that.
Yeah.
But that's not
But
my
that's
pick.
not
My
your
pick
pick.
is yeah. I wanna you guys have probably seen this. It's not like the most obscure movie, but there's an Irish movie called In Bruges. Has anyone
Oh
seen
yeah.
that?
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that
hello.
movie.
Yeah.
Ben
so
and I
that is-
specifically went to Bruges to go to the top of that
yeah,
tower.
right. Yeah, I've been there as well. It's amazing. It's my favorite movie of all time. I think the dialogue in that movie is incredible. Like it's very funny, it's very dark. There's a lot of really like deep discussions of morality, I think, and it's and the dialogue sort of reflects the characters' actions later on in the movie. It's a really tight script, and yeah, it's funny as hell. It's a tragedy, which you don't see a lot of these days. Speaking of Shakespeare, and just I highly recommend it to any of your viewers who haven't seen it.
Ben and I just watched another Irish tragedy masterpiece. Have you guys seen the Banshees of Inisherin?
Yeah, so
Holy
same
so
lead
good.
actors and same writer and director. It was like a reunion of sorts for in Bruges. Yeah, so that movie is also awesome. Also great dialogue. Anything Martin McDonagh has done is pretty great.
And I think that I was just absolutely shocked watching that movie. It was not at all what I expected. I was left with a gape, just like, what did I just watch? It's brilliant.
It's my favorite movie last year. I loved it.
Yeah, so great. Good. Christy, what about you? What dialogue are you do you love?
So I'm gonna go with two. For movie, I'm gonna go with the Keira Knightley Pride and Prejudice.
Ooh,
because it's just so funny, and there are so many little digs in it that a lot of the people in the movie don't seem to get, you know.
Do you like passive aggressive British humor is what you're saying?
I enjoy that. And then not necessarily British humor, but for TV show, I'm going Ted Lasso, because there are so many things I do, and you can just watch it over and over again and pick up so many different things, and like just so many little things like that I absolutely love about that show.
My favorite line in that was the kind of egotistical footballer. He says something like, "Why would I want to be? I'm me. Why would I want to be anyone else?" And Ted Lasso's like, "You have no what is it? You have no idea what an emotionally mature response that is."
Yeah,
that's great.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, so my pick is Rustin Cole and Marty Hart, which is Matthew McConaughey and
Woody.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson. Sorry, my brain is dumb. In the season 1 of True Detective, some of the best dialogue I think I've ever seen. Those actors nail those roles. Fucking brilliant. I actually So I have some quotes. So bear with me, because this is a perfect example of why I love this show and the dialogue. So Rust, which is Matthew McConaughey, to Marty's Woody Harrelson. I think human consciousness is a tragic misstep in evolution. We became too self-aware. Nature created an aspect of nature separate from itself. We are creatures that should not exist by natural law. We are things that labor under the illusion of having a self, an accretion of sensory experience and feeling programmed with total assurance that we are somebody when in fact everybody is nobody. Maybe the honorable thing for our species to do is deny our programming, stop reproducing, walk hand in hand into extinction. One last midnight, brothers and sisters opting out of a raw deal.
I think we might be doing that right now.
Now do it again.
But then Marty, to Rust, I just want you to stop saying odd things. Just stop. I love
to be
it.
fair, in Marty's defense, like as great as that dialogue is, in Marty's defense, if you were around someone who talked like that all the time, you'd be like, dude, just can you please?
I mean,
did you see the game last night? Like,
it's technically his coworker. Can you imagine being like next to somebody in a cubicle who's rattling that all day? Like, just take it down a notch.
Can you quit saying shit like you taste colors and you can smell the psychosphere? Just stop saying odd shit.
All right, Derek, what about you? Did you bring one too?
Yeah, I like the movie Pulp Fiction.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Like the wolf. I always like that scene.
Yeah.
That's a great scene. Yeah, Quentin Tarantino is same level as Coen brothers for me as far as
pretty much any of his movies.
Dialogue and stuff. We were just watched something last night with Ving Rhames in it.
Bringing Out the Dead.
Yeah, which was good, but he was so stellar in that. I mean, like, I'm gonna go medieval on your ass. Do you remember how that line was just like everywhere?
Bring out the gimp.
And Tarantino, Pulp Fiction in particular, and Reservoir Dogs like spawned a legion of imitators in the 90s.
Absolutely.
I mean, just everybody was trying to do that to varying degrees of success. I think like
Guy Ritchie. Guy Ritchie totally ripped him off, but
some
brought his own
style.
Are
good.
Yeah, they
someone
are.
like Shane Black as well, I think, did it well. Like he could put his own spin on it, but lots of way more poor imitators as well.
Yeah,
one of my favorite Brad Pitt performances is in a Guy Ritchie film. I think he was great.
You like Dags?
Snatch?
Yeah, you like Dags? All right.
Don't get me started on that accent. Don't get me started.
It's funny, man.
Oh, yeah, you don't like the pikey accent? Is that not true?
Nah, it's not a good. I grew up around people with that exact voice, and Brad Pitt did it badly. Here's the thing: you can see what he's trying to do. You can see that he listened to it and that he tried his best, but his best wasn't very good.
That's pretty much like anytime somebody who's not from Baltimore tries to do a Baltimore accent.
Yeah. Like I feel like Brad Pitt's got the cadence down, but just not the actual accent. You know what I mean? Like he's got the rhythm of it. That's why I think you can tell that he's listened to it. But it's
I see.
Anyway, A for effort.
Okay, well, thanks for ruining my day, Dave. I appreciate it.
That's okay. You can ignorance is bliss. You can still enjoy it.
All right. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Tomorrow you get all 5 of us. It's a great episode. It's ours. I don't agree.
Yeah, ours is.
Ours is a great episode. In fact, you know what I should mention? That's great about the episode is that Dave puts up a very ardent defense of Expose against the 4 of us. So stay tuned for that. It's season 3, episode 14. It's called Expose. It's a Nikki and Paolo episode, and it's a Christy episode, and it's a razzle dazzle time. This week, we welcome both Dave and Conchonery, and then we sweep the perimeter before shoving diamonds up our ass and getting an $8 million yeast infection. Join us for that. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Thanks for having me.
Razzle dazzle.